The Cave Family Mystery, The Lost Crystal Cave. Once upon a time, as the sun's warm rays peeked over the mountaintops, the home of the kind cave family was filled with the delicious scent of Mom's special sun-baked berry bread. The family included a strong dad, a beautiful mom, and their two kids, spirited 5-year-old daughter Elsa and her playful and energetic 7-year-old brother, Lucas. The night before, their dad's thrilling bedtime story about his own adventures had filled the kids' hearts with a sense of wonder and possibility. After a delicious breakfast, Lucas and Elsa, their tummies full and their hearts buzzing with excitement, decided that today was the perfect day for an adventure. "Let's go somewhere we've never been before," Lucas exclaimed, grabbing his favorite rock-throwing rock to practice with during their adventure. Elsa, her eyes wide with wonder, pointed to a winding path that disappeared towards a majestic mountain peak, where the clouds floated by like fluffy, friendly sheep. "What about over there? I bet there are secret places no one has ever found." Just then, their mom and dad stepped forward. Mom, with a gentle smile, handed them a small pouch filled with sun-dried berries and nuts. "Remember, kids, be careful and look after each other. And listen closely to everything that nature tells you." Dad, looking proud, patted Lucas on the shoulder. "Remember, the strongest adventurers are also kind. Be friendly to everyone you meet. And if you need strength for something, remember that true strength lies in patience, not just in muscles." And so, with a wave to their parents, they set off. They followed the path, their feet crunching on the soft earth. They saw new types of flowers, much bigger and brighter than the ones in their mom's garden, and they heard the songs of birds they'd never heard before. Lucas practiced his rock throwing, seeing how far he could skip them across a tiny, trickling stream. The adventure had begun, and the kids followed the path high up. The path led them to the foot of the huge mountain that Elsa had pointed to from afar. There, before them, stood a magical waterfall. They had heard their dad tell a story about the Whispering Falls. The water rushed down the rock formations, and its roar sounded as if it was telling stories. Dad had told them that the Whispering Falls whispered secrets and ancient tales to those who listened carefully. Lucas and Elsa sat down on a soft mossy patch and closed their eyes. For a moment, they heard only the roar of the water, but then, it changed. They heard a whisper that told a story about ancient dinosaurs that had once lived on the mountain. After a morning of listening to the waterfall's stories, each one as wonderful as the last, Lucas and Elsa felt a new sense of calm and clarity. The rushing water's tales had filled them with a peaceful energy. As they continued their journey, their steps were lighter and their spirits were soothed, ready for whatever adventure lay ahead. The peaceful whispers of the waterfall seemed to settle into their hearts, bringing to mind their dad's captivating tales from the night before, stories that spoke of courage and the hidden treasures of their world. Their minds immediately went to one particular story, a secret crystal cave filled with sparkling gems and rare minerals. It was a place their dad had never found, but his words had painted a vivid picture in their imaginations. Suddenly, a shimmering rainbow appeared, arching across the sky from the waterfall to a cluster of distant trees. They had always heard that at the end of every rainbow, a special treasure lies waiting. They knew exactly where to go next. Following the rainbow's path, the kids began a treasure hunt. The rainbow guided them straight to a hidden cave's entrance. Inside the cave, they saw a magical sloth. It looked a little scary, but it just blinked its big, sleepy eyes. Lucas and Elsa crept in and very soon realized the sloth was friendly and curious. It used its long, gentle claws to softly nudge them forward and show them how to find their way deeper into the cave. The kids quickly understood that the sloth was a guide who had been waiting for them. With the sloth's help, they found their way inside the cave, which was filled with sparkling gems and minerals that glowed with different colors. The children were in awe of how beautiful the cave was. They played and explored in the cave all day and picked up some of the most beautiful materials for Dad's building projects. Finally, they returned to the sloth. They were grateful for its help. They hugged the sloth and started their way back home. Looking back, they noticed how the cave's entrance closed magically, becoming part of the mountain wall. At the same time ahead of them, the path opened up to a hidden meadow filled with giant, glowing mushrooms. The mushrooms pulsed with a soft, gentle light, like 1,000 tiny fireflies trapped under a cap. The kids spent a long time in awe, running through the glowing maze, feeling like they were in a different world. From there, as they continued their journey, their thoughts drifted back to a story and time where their dad had been just a young caveman. A tale of a legendary cloudberry bush, which only grew on the highest, windiest peak of the mountain. He had said that finding it required great courage and strength. Inspired by his words, they started to climb higher and higher, their little feet finding purchase on the rocky path. The wind grew stronger and colder, but they pushed on, determined and brave. Finally, at the very top, they found it. The legendary cloudberry bush was filled with glowing, soft berries, and the kids carefully picked a handful for a special treat and some precious seeds to take back to their mom, knowing she would be overjoyed to grow them in her own garden. Finally, as the sun began to set, they knew it was time to head back home. Their heads were filled with memories of the Whispering Falls, the friendly sloth, the glowing meadow, and the cloudberries. Their walk back felt shorter. With every step they replayed their incredible adventure in their minds. As they crested the last hill, they saw the warm, inviting light of their cave home glowing in the twilight. They hurried inside, where their parents were waiting with warm hugs and a delicious dinner. Between bites of warm stew, Lucas and Elsa excitedly told them everything. How they had found the crystal cave with the help of a friendly sloth, and all the wonders they had seen along the way. Mom and Dad were proud of them, and the whole cave family was happy to have each other. The cave family was now wonderfully tired from their big day, but so incredibly happy. Everyone closed their eyes, feeling so safe and sound, and drifted off to sleep to dream the most wonderful dreams. Lucas and Elsa dreamt of the magical waterfall, its whispers telling them a story of ancient dinosaurs. They dreamt of the friendly sloth who had guided them through the sparkling crystal cave. And Mom and Dad slept peacefully, their hearts full of love and pride, knowing their kids were safe and sound in their beds. The end.